Millo ha avalat l'actuació dels Mossos en els últims talls de carretera convocats pels CDRs. A més, ha dit que hi ha un augment de l'agressivitat al carrer, un fet que ha vinculat amb la CUP i la seva ruptura amb la resta de forces independentistes.
I de retruc de tot aquest context polític català, Julian Assange, fundador de Wikileaks, s'ha quedat sense internet. L'ambaixada de l'Equador a Londres, on viu des de fa anys, ha tallat l'accés a la xarxa de l'activista per evitar, han dit, que interfereixi en els afers d'altres països i expressi opinions que perjudiquin els interessos de l'Equador. Quito li va prohibir expressament parlar d'alguns temes internacionals, com ara el procés català. En aquest cas, arran de les pressions diplomàtiques del govern a Madrid. Després d'uns mesos de silenci, fa unes setmanes, Assange va tornar a parlar, a piular en aquest cas. Entre els tuits dels darrers dies, Julian Assange ha recuperat la referència del popular Pablo Casado a la mort de companys. I a Alemanya, l'ANC ha portat la seva solidaritat
puesto en Mónaco. Julian Assange estará a partir de ahora incomunicado en la embajada de Ecuador en Londres por opinar en Internet sobre las expulsiones de diplomáticos rusos y sobre Cataluña, entre otros temas. Además, recibirá menos visitas. El gobierno ecuatoriano cree que Assange no es capaz de controlarse y perjudica su política exterior. De Estados Unidos nos llegan de nuevo imágenes de violencia policial. Varios agentes paran a un conductor en Carolina del Sur. Sospechan que oculta marihuana.
España ha presionado al gobierno del Ecuador para que Wikileaks o el señor Assange, mejor dicho, no pueda manifestar lo que él estima conveniente. Hemos de pensar de que en este momento ha habido una renegociación de la deuda pública ecuatoriana frente al Estado español y que lógicamente el Estado español tiene un arma muy importante frente al gobierno ecuatoriano.
Julian Assange has been denied access to communications while inside the Ecuadorian embassy in London. Authorities say Assange, who was given asylum in 2012, did not comply with a request to refrain from sending messages that could be seen as interference in other states' matters. They said Assange's social media messages jeopardize the good relationship between Ecuador and Britain. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Human Mobility, Maria Fernanda Espinosa, announced the Foreign Ministry plans to hold a meeting in London with Assange's lawyers next week to explore additional sanctions against him. Espinosa says what's most important is that Ecuador maintains a dialogue with the United Kingdom to find a solution to the situation they inherited. And our correspondent in London, Pablo Navarrete, explains why the Ecuadorian government has taken this action.
It says that it is looking at, is not closed to the idea of further measures, given that it claims an agreement was made between Mr. Assange and the Ecuadorian government to refrain from making statements that could prejudice Ecuador's relationships with other countries. Specifically, Mr. Assange has made a number of critical comments regarding the UK government's positions in the aftermath of the poisoning of the ex-Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter in the British city of Salisbury on the 4th of March. So Assange has made critical statements with regards to the UK government, and these moves by the Ecuadorian government comes as a response to this. There have been reactions around the world, including by the ex-Minister of Finance of Greece, Yanis Varoufakis, who claims, who has argued that Ecuador should restore these communications to Mr. Assange, and that as an Ecuadorian citizen, something that the Ecuadorian government granted him in December 2017, he should have the right to freedom of expression and therefore to use social media. It is worth remembering that the UN has declared that Mr. Assange's detention in the Ecuadorian embassy in London is unreasonable and arbitrary detention, and Mr. Assange claims he is there to avoid persecution and extradition to the US for what he claims would be a political persecution on the basis of his work as WikiLeaks in disclosing US government leaks.
We thank Pablo Munafarati for that report.